Good morning. We are walking away from the apartment that Annie and her family are staying at to take care of her father. I visited her dad yesterday in the hospital. He seems in pretty good spirits. Pretty amazing what they did. They cut basically his entire esophagus out, and they took the stomach, because the stomach's down here, they pulled it and stretched it all the way up to meet the throat, you know, up here, and they connected it back together. So they got rid of the cancerous esophagus and they kept, you know, the stomach and everything. Very amazing what they can do. One valve protects food from going down the trachea, your breathing tube, and the other keeps food from going out. Well, this surgery cut out the tube, cut out the valve that keeps food from coming back out. So his lifestyle is going to have to change. He's never going to be able to sleep with his head below his stomach again, you know, upside down, or else whatever's in his stomach will seep out. That's a small price to pay for staying alive. So I am walking to the subway, where I'm gonna pick up a subway train to the train station, and then pick up a train to Ningbo. And then once in Ningbo, I will drive to see my friend who's got that big fish tank, finish up that project, because that was something that's kind of been left hanging. Spend the next couple of days preparing all my stuff in Ningbo, which isn't too much, but just a day basically. And then I'll be on a flight back to Taipei. Beautiful day in Shanghai. Good morning.
So today's sort of a day to meet with Leo and do my second fish tank video. On the 3rd of March I will head out and return to Taiwan. I have not done the amount of preparation for Taiwan that I wanted to do while I was here. I had a lot of plans, promotional plans, contacting a lot of vloggers, contacting a lot of businesses. None of that panned out. Life got in the way. I calculated the amount of time that I have been off the road since I started my tour, and the amount of time that I have been on tour, and I was on tour like 113 or so days, and I was off tour 190 as of March 3rd. So I'm thinking that when I get back on the road, there's going to be much less time spent off the road. There's going to be a concerted effort to continue my tour around the world sort of more consistently. There's going to be a lot of changes, I think, in this restart, in this new beginning. Cleaned up on my way to Leo's factory. Take a look at his reef tank. Yeah, I really dropped the ball on preparing really well for Taiwan. I wish I would have done a little bit more, but you know, with the way that I plan to ride Taiwan, which is the East Coast first and then up around the West Coast, leaving Taipei and then returning to Taipei in one big loop, it will allow me a chance and some time to organize things on the West Coast. So as I cycle down the less populated, from what I've heard, and less commercial West Coast, I can arrange things and visits and such on the East Coast, and also arrange visits with vloggers and things like that. I really want to take advantage of Taiwan because I can actually speak Chinese and communicate with people better. And I've checked the weather. It seems like March is going to be a fantastic time to ride around Taiwan. So it should be great. It should be great. Another thing I dropped the ball on was my weight, man. I am way overweight. This next start off is going to be focused on being healthy, physically fit, and reducing my weight, and just trying to be a little bit more healthy. 2 months is a long time to become complacent and relaxed and to kind of fall out of the loop. I even had some people commenting on my last videos. They're like, this channel is dead, it's dying. Well, consider myself resurrecting.
When I have a dream, I try to figure out.
For the next couple of days, I have to really suck up and enjoy the idea of driving a car. I will not be behind a steering wheel for quite some time after I return to Taiwan. You guys missed quite a bit while I paused from vlogging. The reasoning originally was Annie's father was sick, and we were getting him treatment, and there was a lot of rigmarole there. And I give a lot of credit to some of those vloggers out there with kids that are like involved in vlogging, and I think it's really tough to find the time. You know, you got one eye peeled for Eva falling or running into something or doing something that she needs to be like, oh no, don't do that, you know, or there's napping, and then they're up, and then they're pooping, and then it just seemed like there was a lot going on, and I found that I didn't have a lot of time to just focus and work on my vlogs. You know, when me and Annie decided to have Eva, to create this life, it was under the realization that Annie really wanted to become a mother, and she asked me that she wanted help from me because she knew that I was somebody with the moral characters that she wanted in a child, in a father. And I had always stated that I was going to be on the road, and that my goal in life was to travel, and this was something that had been with me for as long as me and Annie had been together. So it's so hard to talk about. It's so hard to explain this and try and deliver it in a way that makes sense to the people listening. The reason that we married is because in China, a child has to have a married mother and father in order for her to get an ID number, and that ID number is what's necessary in order for her to get health care and schooling. I didn't know this when we originally decided to have Eva. Originally, I was going to help Annie have a baby, and then I was going to leave. And I would visit from time to time. I would be a figure in Eva's life, but there would be no marriage. And Eva would be Annie's responsibility because she was really wanting to have a child. She has a lot of wherewithal in order to raise a child. So, and I knew that she was very passionate about being a mother, and she figured that after I left, she could maybe adopt, but those rules here in China are really hard. Possibly find somebody that she might not care about as much as she cares about me, and try to quickly become a mother with somebody like that, and that was not appealing to her. So she said, I really would love to have a child. I'm okay with having a child on my own, but can we do this thing that's kind of special? Whereas I have a child with somebody who I care about, who I know will be somebody that she knows, you know, so it's not like an adoption or a surrogacy. You know, she actually knows me, and also somebody that the child can look up to in the future, as her father is traveling the world, is following his dream, you know. And doesn't mean he doesn't love you, he just means that he's doing his thing, and he helped me become a mother, which is something that I really wanted to become, like, very much. So, I mean, that was the original reason that I had a child with Annie. So when Eva was born, we realized that this was the only way for Eva to get this ID number. And so, what am I gonna do, you know? It was either get married or put my child at a disadvantage. So we ran out and got married. That's what had to happen for Eva. I'm trying to help somebody that I love live the life that she wants, while also maintaining the life that I want. We produced a beautiful, beautiful little girl, and now I'm going to be back on the road, and I'll be able to see her grow through my phone and through videos, and maintain contact with this life that I helped create. It's pretty beautiful, I think. It's pretty beautiful. On this new start here in Taiwan, I am definitely gonna have to cut down on the amount of time that I spend here in China. But they won't be as long of visits as this one I've taken most recently. You just lose steam, you know? You just lose a lot of steam. I've lost a lot of steam over the past couple of months, and my mind has not been in the place it should have been, and this is my dream, you know, to travel the world and to continuously move through it, meeting new people, having new experiences, going new places, and I've really found a drive for it more than I think I have in anything. I've been preparing for this trip for since probably a couple of years after I arrived to China, for the past almost 7-8 years, and to see this last go-around and finish Korea and Japan and see how amazing those two countries were, it just really, really makes me excited for what lays ahead of me. Alright folks, I'm at Cove. I'm going to switch to Matt's reef tank mode. I'll talk to you later when I leave. Jayoe. And this is for my vlog. So we just finished the next episode of Matt's reef tank. It came out good?
Yeah.
Yeah. We went over his tank. We went over all the details. So you've seen Leo's reef room, right? So we're gonna go through all the details in the Matt's reef tank. That'll come out in a few days. I will link to it in the vlog. So for now, it's time to go. So see you later. It's very quiet. It's 10 o'clock. The day is closed. My first day back to Ningbo. Ending unceremoniously in the corner as I try and edit. Now let's see if I can get this one out pretty quick. Anyways, Jayoe guys, take it easy, and I will see you tomorrow for some more preparations before I get on the road. I think I'm gonna try and contact some people in Taiwan tomorrow. Do some constructive things. See you guys, take it easy.